Hello, cruel world.
Let's
This
get
is
it.
Ace Von Johnson from Faster Pussycat and LA Guns. Just letting you know you're listening to the Gary Brugman Podcast. Rock and roll.
Yo, 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 it's your man's Big Daddy Ruffneck. You're tuned into the Gary Brugman Podcast. Prepare to be entertained.
Hello, America, and hello, Texas. What is going on, people? Welcome to another episode of this True American Flat Dark Earth podcast. This is episode 102. I know it's been a while, but we're going to get it going on tonight. I got Big Daddy Ruffneck with me in the house. I got Angry Kev holding on to something tight because we're going to be bouncing off all kinds of guardrails today. So, let's get to it. What has happened, people? What's going on?
Oh, my mic is on. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. It's amazing. It worked. No kidding. It worked for a change.
Hello, Mr. Brugman. How are you, sir?
I am fan-freaking-tastic, man. It's been a minute since we've been on here together, all three of us.
Yeah, man.
It's almost strange,
dealing
isn't
with
it?
some shit.
Right? Tell me about
Dealing
it.
with some shit.
Dude, we're all going through our, through our hells, bro. I mean, but you know what? The good thing about going through the trials and tribulations is that we eventually come out of it, bro. It doesn't last forever. You keep the faith, you stay strong, and you pull through it.
Just like every other American out there who's in our boat, said everybody's got something going on.
This is true. That's it. We just keep on going, man. What's going on in your world, Kevin?
Same thing, different day, just going through life like everybody else said. You know what I mean? Just getting by.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Me and Kevin been doing some traveling around Texas for a little bit, and we've been having a good time, man. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We had a good time in Houston about a month ago.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. But before we get started, of course, I got to dedicate the podcast to somebody, and episode 102. 102 goes out to 29-year-old police officer Christo Sepulveda of the Missouri City Police Department, which is Missouri City is South Houston is what it is. It's a separate city in Texas, but it's part of the Houston area, Houston Metroplex, whatever it is. But I think it was Friday night. They were chasing a carjacker. And the guy engaged and shot her in the face. And then I heard the calf, now they're saying the foot, but she got shot in the leg and the face. But I heard she got up and engaged the subject. So, like they teach us in the Border Patrol every time, if I am shot, I will shoot back. If I am shot, I will not die. So she got up and engaged, and apparently the chief of the Houston Police Department said that he died of multiple wounds. And I was just watching the video here a little bit ago, man, and it touched my heart because they showed the police cars racing to the hospital, and the Missouri City police car like freaking drifted into the entrance of the hospital, and she was carried out by like 5 officers. So they didn't even wait for an ambulance. They had to get the girl to the hospital. So Officer Christo Sepulveda, 29 years old. This episode of the Gary Brugman Podcast is for you, sister.
Nice.
Thank you. But TJ, how are you, brother?
I'm feeling pretty miraculous.
Really?
Pretty miraculous. Yeah, this new round of chemo that they got me on when I had my bone marrow tested, they actually take my DNA and put it in their database. And with all their information that they know of what DNA works well with what chemotherapy treatments, they matched me up, and this is the result. I'm up 30 pounds.
No shit.
160 to 190. I still can't grow any hair or anything because I'm still going through chemo. I think I have eyebrows, though. I do.
Are you sure it's not puberty?
I do. I know I have eyebrows. You don't hear my voice cracking, do you?
I don't know. Give it a minute.
We got to change his name from Angry Kev to the wise guy.
That's right. Big Daddy Smooth
Right?
Brow.
Yeah, man. So,
I feel like I turned the corner.
That's good.
The other chemo treatments put me 1 foot in the grave. I damn near died 2 times.
No
It's crazy.
Hey, just so that you know, you're lagging a little bit on the internet there, but
Yeah,
it'll get fixed up here real quick. But dude, for a little while there, man, I was stressing out because I was like, I was worried you weren't gonna make it, man, because you were in sad shape for a while, bro. I mean, you were you were pretty much done for a while, man.
Yep. My poor wife, man, when the doctors gave it to her, like nobody told me.
Right. Right.
Nobody told me. So I just kept trying to get in a routine while I was there. But damn, the dope they got there is unbelievable.
That's good stuff, huh?
Holy cow. Being a cancer patient, they give you, I could basically tell them what I want and they'll write it for me. But I was unaware that they have a synthetic marijuana called Marinol. And it stimulates the appetite, and that's all it does. It doesn't get you high. You don't feel body high. It stimulates your appetite. 30 pounds. 30 pounds.
So you just manja.
Dude, I was going way back in the day. I was getting cravings like when I was younger, and I was eating filet of fish 2 at a time.
You're getting the munchies.
I was getting Happy Meals.
Nice.
I just wanted a Happy Meal. You know?
Literally a Happy Meal. Every time I ate it, it made me smile.
How's your food?
It's awesome.
It's good.
You had to get like a little kid seat in the back of the car, just
right.
A little booster,
little booster and a straw, freaking little crooked Benny straw on your soda.
Oh man!
That's one thing I can't take carbonated beverages.
What does it give you like that weird, like almost heartburny kind of feel?
It gives them agita.
Me up. No, don't give me no agita. It just bloats me up. Like I feel like I'm full of gas.
Right.
So I'm working with diverted pipes down there. So
I was just gonna say, does it come out of your mangina when you? Hold on, I got to burp.
You gotta pull the cork real quick.
Yeah, pull the cork out the side of your stomach.
Just freaking releasing it. Let me wash that down real quick.
Now, since we're making those noises and you want to go that route, they told me I need to get a colostomy bag. I needed to divert. Yeah, I need to divert my anus. And you know what I told the doctor? You're out of your fucking mind.
I remember that. Yep. Dude, this dude would rather die full of shit than freaking get a colostomy bag.
Oh.
It's all right. You're full of shit already.
I had one, man. That shit stunk.
He's He's literally a walking airbag.
Dude, so we've been going through a rough time because that was you, of course, that I was really worried about. But then there's also Tank, man, with what he's going through. Dude, Tank just went down hard, bro. Yeah,
you got that leukemia, man. Yep. Blood cancer.
Yep. And then there's Beth.
Beth
Salvatierra. That means Earth Savior. But yeah, she's got that leukemia thing too, I believe is what it is, right? Is that what she's got?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't want to label a cancer patient wrong, but she's going through the chemo and everything.
Right,
yeah.
She is. She's going through a hard time as well. So, there was 3 people in my life that I'm like, dude, what's happening? I almost died of COVID, and y'all want to show me up and shit? Come on,
I got the Trump card.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
I hit the big casino, baby.
Yeah, right. Cancer. Screw you and your stupid little China virus. I got the big C. I got the big C.
I'm on all kinds of drugs. I'm dying over here. Next week, I'm going to go try crack.
There you go. There you go, dude. But it's been, since we did the last podcast, which has been a couple of months, and I had a hard.
Keep going.
It's been a few. It hasn't been that long.
What's more than a few?
It's been 6 weeks.
Bullshit.
Okay, 8 weeks.
That you put out a podcast.
That's what I said.
How long has it been since I've been here?
Well, it's not your podcast.
I'm gonna do a poll.
Well, the reason
on social media and do a poll tomorrow.
The reason I have not put out the podcast, brother, is because I've put out 2. I put out one Marie and one with Randy Sutton. from Las Vegas because I had the opportunity to do them, and I had to get something out. But I had really.
Whoa! You had the opportunity to do them.
So I really did.
Your words, not mine, pal. Whoa! Oh.
Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. So never mind what I was gonna say. We'll just go on to a lot of things have happened. Well, I was gonna say that I really didn't want to put out a podcast without you because I was worried about you, and it's not the same doing a fucking podcast without you. But now I'm wondering why I was fucking waiting because you ain't nothing but a pain in my fucking ass.
I wasn't invited.
No. Don't give me no fucking gay little hearts. Get the fuck out of here with that fucking shit. Freaking gay little hands together like a little heart and shit.
Yeah, like you were sending me all day today.
Well, you know what? I take it back because I forgot how much of a fucking asshole you are.
You sure it wasn't more like that?
That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was.
What is that? What you got going on?
That's exactly it.
Illuminati.
Right? But bro, since we've been out, a lot of things have happened in the world that we haven't talked about, and it's old news now, but it's still we haven't talked about it. But it's we had this big freaking massacre in Uvalde, Texas. All right, and me and Kevin were in Uvalde, Texas about a month and a half before that. We were actually in Concan, but just outside of Uvalde.
Yeah, right outside.
But that's where the Gundys were this year, was in Uvalde, bro. So
wow.
So everybody's talking about the police response and all that stuff, and I agree with it 100%, man, because there's no reason they shouldn't have gone in. There's no reason they shouldn't have gone in. They know from past experience what happened in Parkland Springs. Is that what it was down in Florida? Anyway,
I believe so.
Yeah, down in Florida, where that one Bexar County Sheriff's deputy stood outside and didn't go in while he was hearing the shots until Coral Gables police showed up and just ran inside and killed that son of a bitch. So they had something to reference. And then eventually when there was 400 cops outside, they still weren't going in. It took one off-duty Bortacker to go in and freaking lay him down. Once Bortack's arrived, you're screwed, dude. If Bortack has to make it to the freaking scene, you're done. Because remember, TJ, those New York inmates that escaped a few years ago that they were hunting or they thought they were heading to the Canadian border? They caught two, and then the last one wanted to get into a gunfight, but it was Chris Voss from Bortack he decided to get into a gunfight with, didn't make it, ended up with 3 rounds in the head. And then during the riots,
his head into a cannoli.
I turned his head into a freaking cannoli.
Over there.
Over there. We're making sandwiches over here. So
over here. They got cannolis over there.
And then during the riots,
over here, cannolis over there.
That's it. It doesn't sound right coming from you, California.
That's fine. I won't do it again.
You hurt my ears.
You hurt my ears.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But then during the riots, up in Seattle and Portland and all that shit, that everything was out of control until Bortack arrived. Once Bortack arrived, it was nightly brawls with all them bastards. And,
that one Bortacker was on his back. He was kicking the shit out of the guy, and he was on his back.
Yep. I mean, and I always say this, man, and I've said it before, and y'all have heard me say it before, and no disrespect to any of my LEOs out there, to any of my troopers, my deputies, my police officers, but y'all handle shit different than we do. In the book, y'all get to a scene, and if there's, if you're outnumbered, you call for backup. Border Patrol is always outnumbered, 30, 40 fold. When I've gone up, I've arrested 40 people at one time by myself.
Right.
So go ahead, man.
They have something that, the steps that increase on the PD side, a barricaded subject. That's the issue. Like, they go from chasing the suspect to a barricaded suspect and wait to bring everybody in.
But there were shots still being fired. The guy wasn't barricaded. There was shots still being fired. There were kids calling from inside the school.
It wasn't like there wasn't anybody willing to go. They were being held back.
Right. But at what point? Because I tell you what, I mean, I've been out of the game for a long time, and a month later, 2 months later, like we are now, all these police departments, like, it's our policy that we go in. We go in. Everybody's standing and say we go in.
Yeah.
But I've been in a situation where there's gunfire, and I'm not. If I hear kids getting shot, if the son of a bitch is in the school, you know what? I'll die, but he's going with me.
Right.
Or at least I'll die, but I'm gonna hit him enough so that somebody else can go and take him out. I'm not gonna sit there.
Finish it.
I don't think I could have sat still and just like held it in. Like I would have been like running down the hall, especially knowing that they had ballistic shields. I would have ran in there and literally just charged the dude with the shield.
Fuck the
ran
ballistic
straight at him.
shield.
I was just saying you could charge him with the ballistic shield, just run straight at him is what I mean.
Yeah.
And just sacrifice yourself and be like, somebody shoot this guy.
Yep.
Because it's like, that's just crazy to me.
It's
just crazy.
I'd run in without a vest on.
There were parents trying to run in.
One of the cops his wife was a teacher there, wasn't he?
Yeah,
exactly.
And they wouldn't let him in.
Yeah, they were holding him back. They stopped him when he tried to go.
She passed away.
And until that board tacker who defied orders went in there, and dude, he took some ricochet in the leg, and that son of a bitch shot him through his hat.
Wow.
Dude, he caught some staples in the head because it went through the webbing of his trucker cap, and it grazed his head. Yeah, they turned his head into a taco.
What are they?
but dude, it's just a messed up situation, and when you got things like that, and then they were gonna fire the son of a bitch, Peter Arredondo. They were gonna fire the son of a bitch, and they were gonna do it this weekend, but now he's threatening to sue for wrongful termination, and it's like, really, dude? You let all these kids get killed?
Fucking coward.
You let all these kids get killed, and now you're gonna freaking try to sue the city for wrongful termination because you fucked up?
Fucking coward. How long you think till he sells his house?
I don't know, bro. But I tell you what, he's given the entire nation of law enforcement officers a bad name just by his stupid judgment call.
Agreed.
People ask me, well, why was he the incident commander? Why was he in charge of this situation? And most police departments, they're very territorial. So since this was on school grounds, he was a chief. School resource officers were the first ones there, I would imagine. He became the incident commander. But once DPS showed up, once Border Patrol showed up,
pass it off.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't understand it. And here's another question that I asked, brother. I don't think that 400 cops were afraid of a lone gunman. What I'm thinking of, I think that 400 cops were afraid of putting the guy down and maybe accidentally hitting a kid and starting another kind of freaking summer of love, nobody wanted to be Darren Chauvin. Nobody wanted to be that Minneapolis cop that put his knee on George Floyd. Nobody wanted to be that dude and start all that shit. That's what I think they were afraid of.
I think it was a combination of both, though. I think there was also those guys. I guarantee you, if that many cops sit there, like you were saying, Gary, like there had to be ones in the crowd that obviously felt like us that were like, we need to go. Like even before they heard the firing, they're probably like, dude, we got to get in there before something else happens. But then there's also, I think, the flip side of the coin. There's those guys too that are like, I don't want to be the one that's going to get blamed for something else. And
I don't want to be,
especially with all the recourse that's going against Leos and everything right now. It's like they didn't want to be the one
charged with murder.
If that's the way you're thinking, hang it up.
I agree 100%.
True.
We need guys with an S on their chest,
dude. Right. And here's the thing: you got those guys that won't run into a room of screaming kids, right? While the shots are ringing, but you got me here trying to do anything I can to be a freaking security guard.
Hello.
That was for me. To be a freaking security guard, and trying to become a cop, but the state of Texas won't let me become a cop. Go figure that, right? But I'm still trying. They'll let me be an armed security guard. They'll let me be an armed personal protection officer, which I am, armed private bodyguard. They'll let me have a license to carry, but they won't let me go to a police academy. But I'm still working on it. I'm not quitting. So it took me 20 years to get a pardon. It might take me 20 years to become a cop again, but I'm going to do it. I guarantee you that, brother. I guarantee you that. So
I believe you.
But yeah, man, I'm glad we're here having this conversation. We needed to have this conversation. There's a lot of things happening in the world.
Well, the crazy thing too was then after that happened, remember we were in Houston for the NRA thing, and remember all the protesters and how they were freaking out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything was like, it was like, I totally feel bad, obviously, and everything for what happened, you know, and Uvalde and stuff like that. But like, you literally had people across the street yelling at us because we went to go buy firearms. And it's like, if we were there, you're like, we would have shot the dude ourselves.
Right.
Like, that's why I want the right to protect myself. It's like, and also at the same time, it was like one of the dumbest things, I think, because they literally had cops on the left side of them, cops on the right side of them, and then all the protesters that were screaming at, everybody was armed. Or the protesters were screaming at all of us across the street, and it was a convention where you all could carry a gun. So we're all literally armed, and they're screaming at us. And I'm like, you guys aren't really intelligent the way you guys are going about this whole thing. Even Gary, oh my God, Gary was freaking acting like he was hugging some lady across the street. She got so pissed off.
Dude, that was his protester across the street.
Like he was just like, and she was like, yeah, just getting more and more.
She was giving me the fuck you, give me the fingers and shit.
Oh, she did this too.
Remember? Yeah, she did the little dicky thing with her index and her thumb.
She was like, it's small, probably.
I do that. I kept blowing her kisses. I kept kissing the palm of my hand and blowing to her, and she, dude, straight up double fingers, bro.
Man.
Yeah, it was a sight to see because it's just like the stuff that they're screaming.
I can't stand that shit. I gotta disappear when that shit shows up.
It's just like, wow.
I gotta disappear when shit like that. I don't like being around shit like that.
Yeah, well, that's why you're a fireman. But that was a good.
Yeah, call me. I'll come back.
But that was a good show, man. We ended up. We walked our asses off that day, man, all around the place. We didn't even see everything there either.
No, there's actually stuff after we left, and then I think I was watching it later on YouTube or some other stuff, and I was like, I didn't even see that booth, or I didn't even see that stuff. There were so many people there, like YouTube personalities and stuff. Like actually, when we were outside, when the protest was going on, that's when I saw the guy, Brandon from Langley Outdoor Academy.
Oh, right. Yep.
I'm like, or Braden, his name's Braden. I was like, hey. And he was laughing too, pointing at the people.
We saw Patch Ops there. Patch Ops was there.
Oh, yeah, those guys were cool. We classic firearms.
They must have been clowning.
I introduced you to Boone.
Yeah, Boone, and then we actually got to where we were inside like the intro or the outro on the classic firearms video they were doing for some of the firearms they were talking about.
Yeah, we were at the F1 firearms party the night before with classic firearms and Stag Arms.
Yep.
And dude, that was a good time. I got me a cigar. It was so good to see Katie. I love Katie. Katie's so awesome. She loves me too.
Right. Cigar.
Say what?
Oh, and then we also
cigar.
Yeah.
Remember we picked up the freaking Bishop defense guys on the side of the road like
freaking Evan and Mango.
Yeah, Evan and Mango. Dude, and Mango was so tore up, dude.
Dude,
he was feeling it the next day. Remember when we seen him at the booth? He was just like laying on the ground, like,
dude, I am
just so hungover.
Yep. Yeah, we saw my friend Sandy and Gabby from Radical Firearms.
Oh yeah, yep.
And my friend Jennifer, Bombshell Tactical.
What about Baby Yoda as well? We saw her.
Yeah. It's always a good time to see her. I love her. She's so awesome.
And then I got like a free like a pistol bag from freaking
Savior.
Was it Savior freaking
from Mac
bags and equipment? Yeah. They were giving away so much stuff there.
Dude, that was a really good time, man. I really enjoyed it. And dude, it's amazing that I've been going to these events for a while now, since I got my pardon. And we saw Uncle Pete there too. And it's just like
Uncle Pete.
it's like a big reunion of gun family. You know what I mean? It's like a big reunion. So everybody's armed in there. Nobody's got any beef. Nobody's got any attitude. You know.
No. everybody's actually cordial. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and of
They're
course,
giving away guns in there, dude. What are you talking about? Remember, what was like every hour or something like that? They were like handing out SARS, which is like a newer pistol company. They giving out hats, and if you were randomly wearing one, and they decided to pick you out of the crowd walking around, you got a pistol.
Yep.
Like they were giving away so much stuff, dude. I was like, the one booth that me and you went to when they were giving away those Minutemen rifles or something like that.
Right.
They gave
Phoenix,
away
was that
one
Phoenix? Phoenix? No.
Yeah, I think it was POF, plenty of the Patriot Ordnance Factory.
Yo, it was a plenty of fish, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, plenty of fish. That's hilarious. Patriot Ordnance Factory. But dude, remember they gave
Plenty
that
of-
one away, and then like 2 seconds later, they're like, we're gonna give away another one.
Yep.
Just for the hell of it, they're like, we're just gonna give away another one now.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, they're giving away like AKs and stuff down the freaking. Like they were all going on at the same time. It was crazy. I wish I could have been at like all the booths at the same time.
I know,
so
right?
much stuff getting given away.
You would have enjoyed it, TJ.
Did they post signs outside these things, like there's certain rules and stuff to get in?
No.
Actually, they
saw
had pictures
a
of
gun
guns.
I saw a gun show, and outside it said, if you're wearing baggy jeans, don't come in. If you smell like marijuana, don't come in. Like, what kind of people are in that area for them to post a sign like that?
Well, I mean,
People with baggy jeans smell like
smell like marijuana.
and those are the ones that are going to get extra attention from the guys that are at the door with security. Like,
Right.
And they had,
I
like,
don't.
the armed
I don't wear
security guys
baggy jeans. I don't wear baggy jeans, but I got no ass, so
This
it's
is true.
back there.
This is
You got to get a
true.
better belt.
Yeah, but you know, in like some places, it depends, man. Like at SHOT Show, you can't carry at SHOT Show because there's just so many damn people. You can't carry
Right.
inside SHOT Show. But NRA, everybody was strapped. I was strapped. Everybody had one in the pipe. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
No.
Well, come on. Not to have one in the pipe is a little. I mean,
You're just
Seconds
carrying a gun
count.
for somebody else.
seconds count.
I prefer when
Seconds count.
I prefer when the guy that's gonna shoot at me doesn't have one in the pipe. It's got a racket first. I
Right.
prefer that.
Yeah, right.
Right. Correct.
But yeah, man, there was some good stuff. We saw the man spot. This man spot was there.
How's
We
he doing,
touched.
man? How's Vaughn doing?
He's good. Vaughn's good, bro. He's working on his property. He bought like 120 acres in Montana. He moved to Montana.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and he's been working on the property. He had some issues last year. He had a contractor, and the contractor fucked him out of over $100,000. So he had to go to court for all that. So he's a little behind schedule. But man, Vaughn's doing good, man. He's, you know,
He's a character, man. He's a character.
he's a cool cat, man.
Cool cat.
He's a real good guy. Yeah, freaking Angry Kev met him.
Yeah. Who was that? We've seen so many different freaking people. What was the other company with the AR-15 that you want? I think they're getting one for you.
Cobalt.
Yeah, Cobalt guys.
Cobalt
We met
Kinetics.
up with the Cobalt guys.
Yep.
God, there were so many people that we met up with. It was just crazy.
A freaking
Jeff, or no, Scott from freaking Stag Arms too.
Yep. And Jacob Herman from Blackwater was there. Remember we had cigars with him over at Silverleaf?
Yeah. And some whiskey.
And a lot of whiskey.
Lots of whiskey.
It is Whiskey Wednesday.
It is Whiskey Wednesday. Yeah, but I'm a little banged up at the moment.
Yeah.
What happened to you? Come on, you gonna tell the viewers?
Yeah, I took a fall. My dumb ass
Hit his life alert on the way down. Falling,
my dumb ass just landed on the concrete. Took a slip.
And what were you traveling in?
So my friend Myra Flores, she won the dude, she won the election down in the valley, bro. So now she is the first
Myra.
she is the first Mexican-born person who has been elected to Congress. First naturalized.
Mexican
Awesome.
born.
Yep, more than
That's
Mexico.
legal.
She's a naturalized citizen. She's a citizen in the United States.
She can't be president.
Can't be president, but she could be a congresswoman, which she is right now. And she's been a good friend of mine for about 3 years now. And I helped her with her campaign. I always promoted her. I was always, hey, vote for Myra Flores. And
Husband's a border patrol agent.
She's married to a Border Patrol agent, and she's
Excellent.
awesome. And she's up there right now, and that freaking twat Nancy Pelosi pushed her fucking kid out of the way. Did you see that?
Oh my God, that was crazy, dude, when I saw that.
It was crazy. They were taking a freaking picture, and her daughter's next to Nancy Pelosi, and freaking Pelosi looked at them and was like, fuckers get...
Shoved her with her elbow.
I swear to God, dude, if I would have caught that later, I walked right into her office, man. I'd be like, let me tell you something, you freaking twat. Don't you ever... You imagine somebody pushing my Siva like that?
Yeah, that shit's crazy, dude.
I couldn't imagine.
That takes a pair of freaking stones, man.
That's why we're not in Congress.
Right, dude. So there's a place in Dilley, Texas. Right? Dilley, Texas. Yeah, it's about 30 minutes south of where we're at, where I work.
Are you allowed to dilly dally when you're there?
Yeah.
No, you dally and dilly.
You got to do it the other way. The
So there's a place. It's called the Ranch, and it's a tactical shooting compound. And it's a place I told you that I wanted to take you, but now you're making fun of the place. But I'll probably take somebody else now.
Well, I'm not making fun of the ranch. I'm making fun of the dilly.
Right.
See how quick he is to yank that shit away from us?
Yeah. Hey, Tony, I got the mots. Okay,
Hey,
I got the mots.
hey.
I'm the one with the mots. Okay.
I'm still gonna do a poll tomorrow.
You poll all you want. You poll all
Yeah.
you want. I
ask
got the
for a
mots.
button. I get this bullshit button. He sends me a button. He sends me a fucking bullshit button.
You Hey, the guy's been hammering me for almost 3 years that he wants a freaking button. So you know what? When I thought the fucker was gonna die, okay, when I thought he was gonna die, I was like, you know what?
I love you, man.
Here's your
I got your button now.
I got you a button.
You ain't gonna be able to use it. I know.
You can
but
use it?
It's a button. Now I'm using it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
There you go. So anyway, this place, the Ranch, it's got a live fire shoot house. It's got up to 1,000-yard range for sniping with elevated positions. It's got a bunch of different ranges in between. They have tactical driving there, night pursuit. They have two courses that are about 1.5 miles long for driving. They have night shooting with NVGs. Dude, they have all kinds of stuff there. It's the Ranch, Texas, man, and it's 10700 South IH-35 in Dilley, Texas. It's a great freaking place. I've been invited to head out there. I haven't been out there yet, but we're gonna go out there very, very, very soon. I'm gonna put it either right here or right here. It's the Ranch. It's ranchtx.org, ranchtx.org. When you go there, tell them you heard about it on the Gary Brugman Podcast, and you can talk to either Chad Timney or Ross Botson, man. They're the ones that run the show over there, so they will hook you up. And, we're going to head out there soon, Kev. You're going to love this place, man.
Oh, yeah. I need to go shooting.
Yeah, my buddy Coffee Cat turned me on.
Yes, that too.
My buddy Coffee Cat turned me on to that place, and I've really got to get there. I'm probably going to head out there next week. And
how's that guy doing anyway, by the way?
Huh?
Because how's he doing anyways? Is he recovered?
Oh, yeah, he's good, man. He's already out and about, man. Coffee Cat's Coffee Cat, man.
He got the Rona.
You know how them damn Marines are.
They're too dumb to die.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's crazy because I keep thinking about the stuff that happened in Ukraine and the stuff that might happen in Taiwan with China, and now you got all these freaking Russians talking shit over there. They're like, yeah, we'll come and take America too. I said, motherfucker, you couldn't take a bunch of unarmed Ukrainians. You're gonna take us? Are you kidding? The largest freaking civilian army in the world. Are you kidding? We train.
We've got over 400
we train
million
at places like
firearms and freaking circulation.
Dude,
we got one hell of an Air Force.
So my buddy, Adam, he's him and another guy started Savage Freedom, and it's another training facility, and they do they're special forces guys, and They do a lot of training, and they got this saying that I kind of liked, man. And it says, we don't get to choose when the fight shows up, but we get to choose how we show up to the fight.
Yeah, that's good.
You know?
That's a good one.
So, and that's why, dude, I'm always in that mind frame, dude. You need to, all you people listening out there, you need to pay attention. One of the places I see a lot of shit happening right now is when you're pumping your gas, because that's when you're most vulnerable. You can't just get away because you got a hose attached to your car. You're paying attention to how much the freaking government's fucking you with these gas prices. You know, you want to make sure the cameras ain't watching you when you put a little Joe Biden, I did that sticker on it so you don't get busted. Right. You know, and there's so many things that you're paying attention to, but you're not paying attention to your surroundings. I went and got gas last week on the south side of San Antonio in my work truck, dude, and I was looking around and there was shady characters everywhere. I was fine, but there was this dude scoping out a lady in a car when her husband went in, and I was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. But dude, he was scoping, he was casing that car, man. I was like, don't do it. Do not do it. And it's just you need to keep your head on a swivel. Everybody keeps their head on a swivel.
And stay armed too.
Always
constitutional carry here.
That's right. I mean,
dude, trust me, every time I start going out the door after me and you hung out many of the times and after I moved here and I can actually do this now. Like there's so many times I've caught myself like going to get to the car and I'm like, I'm just going to go to the, liquor store real quick or something. And then I'm like, let me get my Glock real quick and take it with me. Just stick it in my center console real quick while I'm going out the door. You know what? Because it's like, that's that one time you get down at the store and you're not paying attention or something like that and something pops off and you're like, oh man. Right. And now I need it.
Exactly. I need it. and even here, I mean, you see my house. I live in a good neighborhood and everything, but that's when shit's gonna happen. I'm gonna walk out to the truck real quick, open up the garage. Now the house is all open. Walk out. All of a sudden, got a gun to my head. Now I've lost it. Open the safe. I mean, I'm not gonna open the safe. Kill me. I'm not gonna open the safe.
You're not opening that safe. I'm gonna come and open that safe after you're done. And then I'm gonna take all those guns and take it to my house. Like, there's nothing in there. Nothing in there.
It's called theft.
That's what. Nobody knows we can split them to you, Jay.
No, he's the only other person that knows a combination.
No, I don't.
No, hey. But yeah, man, and it's just like I know my girl Bailey, right? She's a cop up in NoCal, right? And I know a bunch of girls that carry. Freaking Sandy, Gabby, everybody freaking carries, and they train, and they got their situational awareness. But you got other people that I know that are just like, it's not gonna happen to me. Guns are evil, and
that's the person that voted for Joe Biden.
Right, and yeah, but you know what? They voted for Joe Biden. They're freaking liberals. I don't agree with a damn thing that they say. They drive me freaking nuts when they post stuff. But you know what? They're still really good friends of mine. And I'm not gonna diss them just because of the liberal views of that. They're like family to me.
It's their right to be that dumb.
It's their right to think like that. I agree. And God forbid something happened to them, it's going to be time to go regulate. You know what I mean? But but even still, people just need to open their eyes, man. Open their eyes as to what's going on, and especially now with this freaking Uvalde shooting, these gun bans that they're doing right now. That they're trying to pass, dude. I mean, it's going to turn everybody, all legal citizens, are going to become criminals.
And the freaking the stabilizer braces and stuff. Did you see that senator that tried to say that was a bump stock?
Yeah.
I want to just slap that dude.
It turns it into a full semi-auto.
I was like, if anything, it would hinder how fast you could shoot because your arm is literally locked into the brace on your forearm. I'm like, I hate to hear them talk about something that they did. Like, they should at least read an article or go to a website or something and look up what it is or watch a video, but they come out there going, it takes 50. I'd love to see that chick Sheila Jackson from Texas when she said that the AR-15s shoot a 50 caliber bullet. I'd like to give her a 50 caliber bullet and go, I want to see you shove it in there somehow,
right? Because
it won't go in any hole on that entire gun. Although that sounded really perverted, but I'm going to be like, dude, it's not getting in there.
I was just thinking,
no matter how hard you push.
He didn't even give me a chance to jump on it.
No, because I know where it's next. But I mean, it's like it sounds so ridiculous. It's fully automatic. grenade launching 40mm rocket launcher with freaking, runs on freaking unicorn dust or something. You're like, shut up.
Hey, you ever see the
And now you want to
video?
act angry.
You ever see the video of the guy that takes his rifle and then puts his finger through the belt loop on his pants, through the trigger, through the belt loop on his pants, and he shoots the gun like it's a fully automatic weapon, like it's a bump.
Like he just bump fires it.
It's from the hip, though. It's from the hip.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. If you ever watch Grand Thumb, he'll take like something like the KP9 or something, which is like a Kalashnikov style weapon, and he'll literally hold it at his hip and just put his finger in the trigger. And because of the action of the gun, it'll basically do like a bump stock motion, and he's just holding his finger and he's looking at you like this, and it's just fired from the hip, going like almost fully auto. Like that's why I was laughing at that guy saying that the brace was like a bump stock. I was like, you could do that without a brace, like if you know what you're doing.
Right,
dude. Have you ever seen Travis Haley shoot?
People figure it out.
Yeah, Travis Haley could do that stuff too.
Yeah, he could do that stuff with his finger.
Yeah, because it's so fast.
Yeah, because he's so damn
fast.
He's
got a fast twitch muscle in his freaking index finger from practicing so much.
Exactly.
My finger's ripped.
I got my safety.
Yeah, that guy.
I got my full auto right here.
It's my safety.
My finger's like the equivalent of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's his name? Jerry. I don't remember how to say his last name. I always mess it up.
Michalik?
Yeah, that guy is a freaking shooting machine. I can't imagine what his freaking index finger's like.
I only know it's Michalik because I asked his daughter, how do you say your last name? She's like, Michalik.
Well, there you go. Michalik.
Yep.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah, Jerry's freaking awesome. He was at the Gundies.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to meet him because I wasn't there. Remember, you invited me, but I didn't get to go.
That's right. I invite you everywhere.
I know.
And Stag.
He invited me into his room even. That's only because he had his gun.
Be the little spoon.
That's only. Yeah, I'm actually the big spoon. If you know me. It was because his gun safe is in there.
My gun stays right. I wake up every morning. I'm like, oh, dear Lord, thank you for another day. Good morning, Knox.
Right. He's like, I love you.
Good morning, Knox. But yeah, man. But it's just crazy the things that they're going through. But dude, they're even trying to ban like freaking pistols with a threaded barrel. You know what? When it all comes down to it, don't matter because I still got a freaking 357 revolver anyway. I'll carry that everywhere I go.
Well,
it don't matter what you're gonna do. Huh?
If they try to do that, I was like, you're gonna have to come and get them for me because
right.
I'm not relinquishing them.
Oh no, I
didn't. The two U.S. Marshals that showed up at the woman's house because they bought two guns.
Those were ATF.
Same guns.
Oh, I thought those were ATF agents.
They were ATF.
And they had like a local law enforcement with them.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like you could tell them like I don't have to talk to you. That's what you could tell them straight up. Close the door on them.
Yep.
Close the door. Right.
No, I don't
answer the questions. Come back with the warrant.
Yeah.
Well, like literally, when the guy was holding up the paperwork and had all of his information on that stuff, the guy told him, "He's like, yeah, I have those."
Yep.
So they're like, oh, but we need to verify it. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Have them. I just told you I have them right now. Go away.
There's your verify.
That's actually what they're doing is actually illegal.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have a list of my information anyway.
Right.
Correct.
Which did you also see recently too? There was a company that an ATF agent that was a lady went to their freaking establishment, and in front of customers through a glass window, she was taking pictures of all their records, their paper records with her cell phone, and it was copying, and she had an app that literally was freaking like recording everything and like lining it up and like chopping it down, like almost like making files out of every page with everybody's information, social security numbers, what freaking weapon bought, like your address,
every page.
She did all the books. She had cases of them, and she went through every
on
page.
her personal phone.
Yeah, because they showed her government phone sitting on the table.
Wow.
And then she literally came out and she told the store owner, "You got a couple gun nuts that buy a lot of freaking firearms from here." He's like, "I don't like that term." He's like, "You could say gun enthusiast." She's like, "No, they're gun nuts." So she's literally biased, and she works for the ATF. And it's like, dude,
that's fucking.
You should be totally neutral. You should not be. Dude, that's. And they recorded her. That was the cool thing. They recorded her doing it, and they have pictures of this lady all over their freaking thing. They send it out to a lot of the gun YouTubers.
People just don't really give a shit what happens anymore.
It shows that they're making records, basically.
Right,
they're making records.
They do have a record, right?
Yeah,
Well, as soon as
they're
they
trying
do
to
the
disarm
background check
everybody.
for the weapon.
Right.
They're trying to disarm everybody. That's what's going on.
That's going to be the problem. If they
How
try.
would you not think that they didn't have a record when they have to call them to verify that you're allowed to
to
Right.
purchase the weapon that you're
You
purchasing?
have a record when I bought the gun. What other records you trying to create?
Right.
You know?
So now you have to have a record every time you pass that gun along.
Right.
Sell it, give it away as a present.
Well,
Not now, but that's what they're trying for.
Right. Did you see also too that in California now, Gavin Newsom passed that law where they can?
Fuck California.
Right. I'm just saying though, but they're going. Yeah, I left there for a good reason, dude. But Gavin Newsom passed that law I think it was just yesterday or something, that they can now prosecute the manufacturer of the firearm.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like a lot of the guys that were gun tubers were saying that there's people that like the smaller businesses, because it's just not worth it. They don't have the budget. Like they're just not going to sell to people in California anymore because it's not worth it. So he's basically taking away your Second Amendment right by making the manufacturers not want to sell to the state that you live in.
Right.
So you are literally removing my ability to own a firearm because nobody's going to sell them there anymore. You're going to have the option of a slingshot and like a stick throwing machine or something if you're lucky.
Not even. A slingshot is illegal in New York State.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's the California of the East Coast.
Yeah, it pretty
I'm
much
sure
is.
California's the same way, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Violation of our.
Shall not be infringed.
yep. Second Amendment, TJ, say it. Second
You
Amendment.
know, we've been talking about this for a long time. You know, we've been talking about this for a long time about two-way,
All I know is
and it's under attack.
It's completely under attack. They literally said in their open court about all this stuff when they were talking about this stuff while they were trying to go over these new gun laws and everything. Jerry Nadler literally said to, I can't remember who the other congressman was, but he said, "Are you saying that you're trying to take out weapons that are in common use?" And he's like, "That is what this bill is for, and it's illegal according to the Constitution and the Second Amendment to take out common use weapons."
Yep.
So you're literally told everybody on video
that you're violating the Constitution.
that you're violating the Constitution and you don't
your
care.
oath.
Yep.
Yeah, that you don't care. That they just
Don't they call that? Isn't that called treason?
But dude, they don't. The Democrats, the left, doesn't even give a fuck what they're doing anymore. They'll do it
No,
right
they're
in front of your
blatantly doing it.
face. You know,
Because they
Nancy
control the
Pelosi's husband.
FBI.
Nancy Pelosi's husband. Yeah, I'm buying stock in this freaking nano company because
chips.
the chips. I'm buying 5 million, and I'm doing it right in front of you. I don't care. Nancy's like, "Oh,
And then they passed the freaking chip thing for the contracts or whatever like that. Literally, yesterday or the day before?
Yep.
So it's like billions of dollars, and he's like, "Oh, that's kind of amazing. I got out in front of that giant purchase."
yeah,
It's
exactly."
like, but there's no insider trading. It's like, whatever.
And
I don't have any guns.
And what Biden's doing with this freaking energy and this oil, selling our strategic reserves to freaking China.
Yeah, Hunter Biden's friends.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have tons of freaking oil, energy independence. But he insisted on buying European and Russian oil, freaking selling our strategic oil to China. What happens if China decides to land a freaking EMP or attack us for any reason? Take out our.
We won't be able to fuel us. We won't be able to fuel our economy or freaking take out anything or do anything because we'll be grounded.
It's ridiculous, man. This whole and how people can feel that this is a proper administration, I don't understand.
And this is why we had the conversation. Now it's important to carry a rifle in the car.
Exactly.
It's like now we need a rifle or a gun. What is that, like a backpack bag or
Right.
backpack gun?
Yep. Because you go to Walmart, some idiot's gonna shoot it up like they did in El Paso. You go to a movie theater, some fucker's gonna try killing everybody like they did in Aurora. You go to freaking school, you go to the freaking mall. Somebody's gonna try to shoot up the mall unless you have Elijah freaking what's his name? Elijah Dickens or something.
Dickens,
Elijah Dickens. Where
Hey, he got 80% out of his test though. He got an 80 on his test. He got 8 out of 10 shots in that guy.
Hey, fuck it, dude, with a Hellcat.
From twice the standard distance on a regular target at 40 yards.
Yep, with a Hellcat.
Yeah, a freaking micro gun. That's like ridiculous. And then people on The View are trying to say like it's hard to hit a moving target. I'm like, that's why people go and practice.
Right.
and he obviously he got at least a B. He got 80%.
Yep.
The View thinks that Dr. Jill Biden is a medical doctor, and she's got a PhD in, I believe, education.
Yeah. dude. So when I think of Elijah Dickens, right, I think of Roger Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon. He's like
Murtaugh, right?
Oh, that part where he's gonna crack his neck and everything.
One shot.
Leans up against the pole. Watch this. I got this.
Boom.
That's a cool cat.
Yeah.
Cool cat.
Roger but then again, also too, those ladies on the View, their view was that the guy that the hero with the gun it's more important that he broke the law because he came in, and it's not a law, it's more like a mall rule.
Right.
But they were trying to say he broke the law. So it would have been better if he wouldn't have been there with his gun and more people would have died, apparently, according to them.
That's what
what are they gonna do? Trespass him?
Yeah, I guess you have to go to his house and see if he's freaking armed.
Right?
Dude, that's what I don't understand. The good that was done, lives were saved. They'll find a way to make it bad. They'll find a way. I mean, shit.
Well, it shows also to how ignorant they are, because like if you talk to people and they say, "Oh, there's hardly any freaking people that there's a good guy with a gun." If you actually go and look at the statistics, there's anywhere from like 500,000 as to high as 3 million like interactions with freaking like firearms, where the firearm, even without maybe even being discharged, stopped whatever kind of violence that was going to happen by just brandishing it. And they're trying to say that like nothing ever happens. I'm like, they just don't freaking put it out on the freaking news or the media all the time, right? Because there's like, imagine if we took them all away, and imagine if all of a sudden you had 3 million more freaking murders in 1 year.
Right.
Imagine that.
That's exactly what will happen too. That's exactly what will happen.
Monkeypox.
Right.
Well, that's only game.
Dude. So I wonder if Elijah over at the mall, when that dude was running away, I wonder if he pulled, that thing that Jazz said from the Freedom Friends. Remember? So he was shooting. So a guy was running away. You can't shoot somebody in the back, right? So he stood there with his gun. And he was like a white winged dove. And when he turned around and said, sing the song, blam, blam. Got him.
got him to finish it. Whoa. Dang, my chair almost broke.
That would have been awesome if I would have seen that. Whoa, boom. For those of you listening and not watching Fat Kev.
Oh, what the fuck, dude! I just got promoted. I got a new name.
Angry Kev almost fell on his fat ass.
Fat Kev, dude.
Hey, could I
Fuck. I love you too,
can I give a little? Can we move from doom and gloom to
happy times?
Feel good story.
Yeah, when we're done here, son.
Lately.
What?
It's been
very hot lately across the country, right?
It's been very hot.
All my friends with dogs, I just want them to know, don't overwork your dog in this heat. And if needed, the way you do canine CPR is you lay your animal on the right side and you do compressions, right? You're going to do the same compressions as you would a human. And when you blow, which you don't have to blow, but if you blow to fill the lungs up,
you can blow.
You hold the snout closed tight.
Yeah, breathe through their nose.
And you blow. You blow. And then you go back to compressions. But make sure your dog's laying on the right side.
I literally just saw a video of that yesterday. Some guy saved some lady's dog.
Which is the right side and which is the wrong side?
The right side is...
left, right.
But is it my left or is it the dog's or my right or the dog's right? But what if the dog's left-handed?
Right. Yeah, right. Dog's right.
What if the dog's left-handed?
What if his left hand identifies as right?
Right, yeah.
Is it stage right or stage left?
They acknowledge that in the canine world.
Yeah. For those of you listening,
yeah, because they're not stupid. They're not stupid. They're still, cut and dry.
See, oh man.
For those of you that don't know, I don't have a dog, so that I didn't.
And he don't like dogs. He kicked mine in the pool.
I did not kick your dog in the pool. He tripped.
Okay, you shoved him.
He's like, take a swim.
You shoved him in the pool.
I did not shove him in the pool.
I just wanted to see what happened.
We bumped into each other, and he lost his balance and fell in the pool.
He was like, I want to see if your dog can doggy paddle.
He can. He's a swimmer.
He's testing
But
his
I never
skills.
seen him freaking hold on to the ledge for dear life like that. And then when he let go, he went down under the water and came back up and swam to the steps.
He was
Never
like,
seen him
man,
go underwater.
you put me in the deep end. That was messed up.
I did.
I'm gonna bite
I mean,
that motherfucker.
he did. He's
Turned him
like,
into a submarine.
where's that Puerto Rican now? I'm gonna bite his ass.
Where's this cowboy hat? I'm gonna chew that shit up.
Right? Oh man, but dude, I mean, we got like a few minutes left, but the whole situation on the border, countries being invaded.
Yep.
Eagle Pass is a freaking mess. Del Rio is a mess. All across the southern border is a mess. Sarah Carter is up in Oklahoma.
Coming here.
Sarah
Oklahoma.
Sarah Carter is in Oklahoma chasing down a story on all these Chinese that are buying lands near our military bases. 100,000
that's
acres,
crazy.
140,000 acres, and putting up antenna fields near our nuclear silos that can possibly interfere with
Our ability to launch our freaking
Yep.
nuclear armament.
It
or
might be
something.
even too late already. How do we let this happen as people, man? How do we let this happen as a fucking
Because
country?
those greedy politicians freaking don't care as long as they get rich.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
They'll sell our fucking shoes off of our feet, dude.
Term limits. We need term limits.
we
I've
need,
been screaming that for a while now.
we need to
That's
get
like
out
the
there
one
and
thing, it's
vote.
like, you had your hand in a cookie jar for way too long. Time to go.
Yep. There's a lot of agents on the border that are retiring. A lot of new ones coming in.
I feel bad for those guys, dude, because they're like literally, like, I don't know how they could stay there and keep taking that kind of freaking, like just beat down, feeling like you're being abused. Your government doesn't care for you, but yet at the same time, it's like they'd have to like almost give up.
What about the guys that they
pension.
fired for not getting the jab?
Right.
They fired them.
I mean,
We
it's
don't
just,
care if you have a religious exemption.
It's
Sorry,
just,
we gotta let you go.
it's just
It's ridiculous.
It's just crazy, man. This whole country's turning upside down, and you know what really pisses me off is for 4 years we had such a really good country. The freaking prices were low, income was high, crime was freaking getting quelled, of course, until George Floyd. But even still, during those riots, we freaking maintained as much order as we could. But right now, it's just a free for all for criminals. I mean, like y'all know, I pushed a guy on the ground. I violated his civil rights. I went to prison for 2 years. And then you got some lunatic 16-year-old fighting cops in the subway, or another guy trying to stab the freaking gubernatorial candidate, released on the same day.
I'm sure everybody saw that video too. The little little child
kid
that was wearing
that was-
underwear,
Oh, yeah.
Talking smack to the police officer.
talking
Like,
back to the
hit-
cop, trying to hit him.
Yeah, I know, like a murder investigation.
Yep.
Plus, there was also, I seen one just the other day where 2 police officers were called to a domestic violence, and they had the guy by the arms, and they went to go handcuff him, and he pulled the gun out and shot. And the
I
cop
saw that.
barely missed it, but then the freaking female officer that was on the ground wrestling him, the guy did let go of the gun and continue to fight, and she ended up unloading her whole magazine on him while she was laying on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're probably trying to fight that, some BLM stuff, and it's like, dude, he literally just
He
tried
gone.
to shoot cops
Right?
on camera, and you're still gonna try to turn it into like, ooh,
That's
well,
insane, bro.
you should have talked them out of it or something like that. When after I'm dead, it's just like everything is so. It's like I said, more reason to pack.
But you know
Carry a
what?
gun. Carry a gun.
You're responsible for your own safety.
Help a cop if you see him in need.
Always.
Yes.
Always. And you know what? I always say that'll probably be the day I end up going back to jail, because if I see anybody freaking about to kill a cop, it's lights out for them, man.
It's over for them.
It's over, So, but gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's do this again soon. Let's not wait this long next time. Well, I don't know what took y'all so long, man. I'm telling you.
I know.
Yeah, well, your social life is too much. You gotta relax on your social life.
Hey, well,
Mr.
I got this
Bergman.
freaking thing called a job now. It's really,
Oh,
dude,
man.
this is some hoe shit, dude.
Some hoe shit.
I swear to God, I swear, I feel like a $2 crack whore that's made $1,000 in one night, bro. I'm telling you.
And you smell like midnight and home.
He's like, you're gonna get it, buddy.
So I guess he's not going to take us out.
Oh, I hear it now. Well, that concludes this episode of the Gary Brugman Podcast. Please like and subscribe on social media. This is Big Daddy Ruffneck saying stay frosty and always watch your six.
Yeah, people, thank you for joining us for another hour. I know it's been a minute. I promise it won't take that long next time. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will talk to you soon. Stay safe, stay vigilant, be savage. God bless y'all. God bless Texas. And God bless America.